it's a serious issue, you know, and I've, 2 members of our local otter family were killed in, fish traps in Changi. And then when they moved back to Pasir Ris, I was walking with my daughter in the park, and we saw some major kerfuffle in the river, and I could see like some of the adults trying to yank this line, and then I looked through my camera, and I could see that there were a couple of otters stuck in this fishing net. And so, I ran up to the mangrove and then dumped my daughter in one of the huts. So, irresponsible parent, but she amazing behavior. She stayed there all the time.
She stayed, she knows daddy is off to do important missions.
Yeah, and I contact, there was various maintenance stuff. I said, look, there's some otters trapped, can you get someone involved? Because I know there's various people in the park who can help. And so they contacted someone, and so I rushed to the scene and could see that there were 2 pups caught in this fishing net. And so I basically, to prevent them drowning, because the 2 otters that were killed in Changi had probably drowned to death. So I wanted to avoid the same thing happening to these 2. And so I wanted to avoid another tragedy. So I just pulled the net out onto the side of the mangrove. And then straight away, I don't know if you know, there was this one member of the family called Aquarius who had this, who was also rescued last year because she had this wire caught around her.
Oh no!
So that was got into newspapers and TV, I think, here. So she actually rescued the first pup who had a rear paw caught in the net. So he just yanked it out. And it was like, what the? And then, the second pup was just entangled in this net, and I tried a little bit, but I didn't want to damage anything to the pup. And I just knew that it wasn't going to drown, so I left it there to try and find the
other helpers.
Yeah, and so I came across the park manager, got a free ride in a buggy, which was great. And I love their golf buggies. And when she turned up, she was waiting for one of the guys who does this kind of thing. And we were just filming it on the phone, and another otter just yanked the pup out, and I was really worried about the welfare of that one.
Right.
And they disappeared for a week.
Okay.
So they have other parts of territory where no one can really find them, which is good, I think. And they reappeared a week later. Thank God, with all 4 pups.
Okay.
So that was great, but they were really edgy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And they didn't trust me anymore. Which was, I knew that could be the consequence, that they associate you with something bad, and so that kind of era is gone of trust. So it will take time for them to trust me again, I think. So, but nonetheless, at least there's 4 pups rather than 2.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And they're reasonably healthy. But I think it's quite eye-opening, that there are so many risks for wildlife in the region, and it's you just think when we moved to Pasir Ris last January, I was just doing my daughter was only a few months old, and I was just finished up some filmmaking in Vietnam, and it was filming some pretty grim stuff, like traps and wildlife trade and TCM, where they have the animals in jars and stuff like that. So I was pretty depressed, I think, with the state of wildlife in Vietnam. And I thought, coming to Pasir Ris, it's great, a bit of therapy, wildlife, spend time with my daughter, and then you can't escape it, and it's wherever you are. So I think if people can be more aware, and just keep an eye out for illegal activity, that be citizen conservationists, if you like, I think, that would be a good thing, and it's particularly, say, in the Otter Watch community, that people have sort of changed from just being photographers to being, citizen conservationists by, helping rescue them, etc., or alert the authorities.